Hey guys, welcome back. Congratulations, Kansas City. I was hoping you would win tonight, and you did. So I ended up with $150 tonight in a pool that my sister-in-law does. So yay me. Now I gotta think of what supplies I want, or I might actually put it away. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's free money, right? Okay, so we had a couple people over tonight, and one of the girls, name's Lori. She's in arts and crafts and all kinds of stuff, and she works with alcohol, ink, and resin all the time. She doesn't really play with clay. But she told me about a technique. I don't know if it's her technique. I don't know if it's somebody else's. So if you know somebody else that's done this technique, let me know and I can credit them. But she wouldn't show me how to do it. She told me how to do it. She didn't show me how to do it because she doesn't like to show people anything. She wants to tell you what to do and then you come up with your own, I don't know, your own version or whatever. So basically, it was just taking clay, I got white, and plastic wrap, like saran wrap or whatever, and just put the alcohol ink on the plastic wrap. So, what do we have? A 2-inch square. So I'm just going to concentrate about, I don't know, from there to there or something. She said you don't want a whole lot. You just want to put it on the plastic wrap. So we're going to do blue first. See, and it'll never dry if there's a whole bunch on there. So I'm gonna kind of pull some of this off as I go. Because my alcohol ink, it loves to just run out really quick. So there's some colors that are harder. This isn't too bad. Okay, so we're gonna add some blue and yellow. I don't know if you know, but the Pantone colors for the spring is kind of like a I don't want to say butterscotch, like a mustard yellow and indigo. So I'm using yellow and blue. And I know that when yellow and blue mix together, they turn into what? They turn into green. So I'm not worried about them turning some ugly color that I can't control. All right, now pink and blue would be like a darker purple, I think. It shouldn't turn black, right? It's a little dark. Ooh, but I kind of like it. I'm going to do one right there. Okay, and I'm going to leave it alone. I think that's good enough. I'm going to add a little more blue right in there. Not too much. See, it keeps draining, and I don't like where it's draining. And a little bit more yellow over here would be nice. So I'm just going to put yellow right there. I don't know what color it's going to turn. I don't like all these black spots here. Okay, so again, we're going to just wipe up all that excess. Just like that. Okay. So, now she says, you take the plastic wrap and you put it on top of your clay. So we're going to do that. And you want it crinkly, I guess. I don't like all those dark colors. And it looks like I got some white here, so I'm just kind of getting rid of some of that. And that's it. So you're just going to let that dry. Oh, I got an air bubble. I don't know if that'll ruin it or not. Okay, so that's it. Now you let it dry. So I'm going to let that dry, I guess, and come back. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry. To me, if there's plastic over it, it would make it longer to dry, I would think. But we'll give it about 10-15 minutes and come back and see how well it dried. But I mean, there's your tutorial. I mean, that was basically it. And she did take the plastic wrap off, give it a couple more minutes for it to dry, and then cut. So that's what we're going to do. So I don't know if, I'm wondering if this is going to leave any kind of lines right here. I mean, that would be cool, because right here you got like some veining from the plastic wrap. That would look really cool if that ends up on the other side. Sorry, I see a little bit of a white right there. So let me get rid of that. Okay, now we'll leave it alone. I promise I'll leave it alone. Okay, so I guess now we just wait. So I'll come back in a few minutes. I'm going to start cleaning up some of the mess out here. and I'll be back soon. Alright, so I am back. I left it dry for probably over a half hour. Got into cleaning, and then I got into making more cutters, and so hopefully we're okay. So that's what it looks like. Let me put it on a tile. I'll try and show it up close to you guys. I think I'll probably put alcohol ink on the back after it comes out of the oven. So it's kind of cool. Gives you some weird designs in there. It doesn't look quite dry. Ooh, I do like that. It kind of looks like leaves. I don't know how well you can see that. It kind of looks like leaves, and it's just, yeah, just like the branches are coming out. I really like that. The only problem is I was thinking of making a pair of earrings with them, but I am not sure that we're going to make them with the same colors unless I try that right there. And then maybe over here somewhere with the yellow. I do need to put a little more yellow down over here, so I'm going to do that. And hopefully it doesn't ruin it. This is yellow, right? I don't know why green is coming out of the top of that. That's really weird. Oh, I put the wrong lid on it. Well, I couldn't have. Oh, I put a blue lid on it, obviously. That wasn't too bright. I don't know what color or what lid goes on what. I never thought it would do that, though. So I guess you got to be really careful about what lids you put on. So I'm going to do that like that. I don't want it to smear. There we go. So now I got a little bit more yellow in there. So I just took a towel with alcohol ink or alcohol, and there. I'm just going to smudge it in all over it. Why not, right? Okay, so now that means we have to let it dry a little bit longer. But it's mostly alcohol, so we should be okay. Alright, so we're going to let that dry for about 15 minutes. Then we'll cut them into the shapes we want, bake them, and then resin them. So as you can see, the sides are white. So we'll take a paintbrush after it comes out, and I'll just do the sides, and then I'll do the backing when it comes out. So we'll be back soon. Okay, so we're back. So, got yellow and pink here, kind of yellow pink, but I want to get some of that blue in there, but I don't know how that's going to work on that end. So I could just go sideways like that. Get as much of that yellow as I can. And then I'll come in over here. See, it's not going to be the same no matter what I do. That's one thing when you try and make earrings and stuff. It's not going to be the exact pattern. Which I guess is okay when you think about it, but yeah, this is all I'm going to be able to do here. Okay, and then I'll probably make a circle. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough to do a circle. I don't. But it's okay. It was just a little piece of clay, so I didn't waste too much. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. What I could do, dun, 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 here's me in my mind again. If I just put a little bit on this brush and put a little bit more yellow, like right over here. I don't know if it'll work because this is dry. And I certainly don't want to mess it up. So I'm not. I'm just going to leave it alone because I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to throw this in the oven for an hour, and then I won't come back until after I sand and resin them. But this is what they look like. It's kind of interesting, little shapes and stuff. So I will be right back. Okay, so we are back. But our pieces are still under the UV lamp. There's maybe about 10 minutes left to go. And that was really fun. I mean, I took them out of the oven. I used these acrylic markers, or not acrylic markers, these are alcohol inks. And you got a really thick edge and a real thin edge. I will link to that product if I find it on Amazon, because I think that's where I got it a long time ago. Unfortunately, a lot of these are all dried out. I've had them for almost 2 years. I never use them. But I painted the sides with the ink, and I put the UV resin on, put it under the lamp, but it's not sparkly. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. But this time I think we're gonna do 2 different ways, I think, and I'm gonna show you 2 different ways. Okay, so I like that shape. Wasn't that bad. Not something I use all the time, but I don't want to waste it, because you know I'm going to. So if I put that there and put that there, I'm going to save this. Although it probably wouldn't be bad to just take that white clay and I don't know, bunch it all up with whatever colors are in it. I just have a feeling I'll end up getting mud. So another way we could do this, I'm trying to think of what I wanted to do here, is I'm just going to take lines in this one. Put it up here, and I'm just going to kind of do it this way without putting any lines in it from the plastic wrap. We're just going to do that, and I'm going to put alcohol ink straight on the top. Okay, so let's do one like that. And I'm not going really deep. Okay, so we have that one. That one's really deep. And on this one, I'm trying to think if I want to use a texture, or if I want to make one more with that plastic wrap, or even just sponge it on. All right, let's try that first. Yeah, I know, my mind's going everywhere right now. But let's just take this one, and we're just going to throw the alcohol ink everywhere, kind of like we did on the plastic wrap. So that's the yellow. I'm going to do the blue. Oh, see, and just some alcohol ink is great. Some, boy, it just likes to come out really quick. I need to order some bottles so that I can put them in something maybe that I'd have more control. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, look at that, see? And we're just gonna splatter it like that. But the trick is that we want to get them in those lines. And I know I'm going to have to use more yellow. Okay, so before I get all crazy on you, I'm going to look really quick, and I'm going to see if I can find some pearl alcohol ink to use instead. So let me hit pause. Alright, well, I didn't know I had so much pearls. I put a couple back because they were like browns and grays. But I just picked these up for my printers, actually. And I think these are going to be perfect to use when you have alcohol ink that's stuck because of the pearls. These are acupuncture needles. And the needles on our printers, they get clogged really easy. And when you buy one, they always come, oops, sorry about that. They always come with something kind of like this. And they're so small, I lose them. And so I just ordered some from Amazon. I will put that in my store and link you to that one. But you know what? I watched a video from Fiona Abel Smith the other day, and she made, what was she making? She was making boxes. And on the very bottom, she covered like a porcelain or ceramic bowl. And it was square, but inside the lip, it kind of went down a little bit. So she used one of these and poked it in the bottom, and that way the air could escape instead of puffing up the clay. And it was just really funny because I literally just got these in a couple days ago, and then she does a video like that. And I would love to make one of those boxes. I just have to find something to, I don't know. I would like to make a design like she did, but make it as a cutter, because I don't have the patience to do all that cutting out like she did. But the reason I stopped from doing that was I was going to use the pearl, and then I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to do the old-fashioned way that we did not that long ago, and I'm going to use the pearl on the plastic wrap. So this is a red, and I don't think I want red on this, so that was a waste of time. This is something called Splendor. I think this is the one I just mixed up. So hopefully this is an orange. Oh, yes, it is. So I can tell now that the alcohol inks with the pearl, they don't seem to be as vibrant. But then they start getting really vibrant as they start to dissipate, when you actually see all that gold moving around. So we're going to do maybe Splendor. I do have a yellow. And then I have something called Enchanted. So I don't know if I'm going to use the green, since the blue and yellow will make its own green. But I don't know if it'll, I don't know if these will spread as much, or if they're going to spread way too much. So we're going to set those right there. Yellow, pink. I've got some orange, some purple. I'll do the light blue and that purple. I don't know if I like it better now. But when it came out, I wasn't really impressed with it. And these can take a whole lot to mix these up when you don't use them. I used to have a manager friend who was a manager of Michael's, and I worked over there for a little bit to help him out for Christmas, and that was really cool because I was able to get 30% off. So when these were on sale for like 25-30% off, then you get your 30% off. It was pretty nice, I have to admit. It has its advantages of working there. I don't like retail, so here we are. So I'm just filling in all these little white spots with the yellow, because I don't want it too dark. And it does seem really dark. I don't have a whole lot of blue no more. So I might just put one pop of blue. How about blue and red? That'll just give me purple, right? Oh, I don't know if I like that one. All right, we're going to wipe that up real quick. Okay, so there we go. So that's going to help that dry. So I'm going to move this over here. And then hopefully by the time we finish this one, I can pull the other ones out of the UV lamp. So let's get another piece of plastic here. I wonder if you did this over translucent, if it would give you like a stained glass effect to where you can wrap a vase or something around it. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the pearl. And we'll see how clogged up these are. And thank goodness I now have needles to where I can unclog them. Okay, so I'm going to just say about right there. And no, I don't want to drop it, which I almost did. And all the little mica things are just kind of dancing around here. You know what would be cool? I wonder if I put the blue, no, I can't. I was going to put it on there, pat it down, take it back off, and then add other colors. But considering I want the creases and it's got to stay on it, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so there we go with some purple. I'm going to wipe some of that off, although I'm taking off all the mica powder, so maybe I don't want to do that. Okay, let's do the pink first. This is Intrigue. Oof. Yeah, they need to have smaller openings on top because this is just way too much. Okay. So there we go. We got some pink. And this is Alchemy. Let's set that right there. Oh, look at that yellow. Yeah, yellow is my favorite all-time color. It's just so bright. Happy. You can't be sad if you have a yellow. Alright, so I think I got it. But see how much that is? And if I lift it, all that yellow is just going to drain everywhere. But then if I do that, I'm afraid I'm going to lose all that mica powder. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to set it right on top. Oop, and I'm getting some funky color. But it worked. Whether there's going to be mica powder when we're done with this, I don't know. I mean, I can lift up the corner. Oh yeah, the mica powder's staying on there. So that's awesome. Okay, so let me check my other earrings. Yep, and they're done. So I'll show you what I did with those pens first. So I haven't resined the sides. I don't know quite how I'm going to do that yet. Waiting for sunshine. But I just took the yellow and the blue and the purple and just did the back. But anyways, that's the front of ours. Let me put it on something white that's not dirty. All my tiles are a mess. So I'm going to have to scrape some of that resin off. So these were the ones that we did already. Aren't those pretty? They turned out really nice. It's got that really nice shine and everything. I don't have any complaints. I really like the way that turned out. Obviously, they're not going to be the same, but I love all the shapes and all that it left. So now we just got to resin the side. You know, I could even put nail polish on the side. I'm not sure. I don't know what this white is, but I know that it's on top of the paint, so that should come right off with water. And I don't have water right here, do I? Let's see if I can clean that off. It's been in the oven. It's baked for 20 minutes. So I basically baked this for about 40 minutes, and then I came back and baked it a little bit more after I covered all that. So it's just basically blue. This one's got a little more purple. This one doesn't. I'll fix that up later. But there we go. There's that. So now we're going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit. This, since we didn't use that technique, I don't have to do anything with it. I would really like to put a little bit of yellow right here in the corner. Yeah, these are these are rock hard. I mean, it has been so long since I've used this. But maybe if I put some alcohol on it, it'll give me just enough color to put down on the top. Because that's really dark right there. So if I just add a little bit of yellow. So that's another thing you can do. Is you can paint it with a brush. You want to draw or something like that. You don't have to use the cellophane or anything. Just grab some alcohol markers and yeah, it'll turn out really nice. Okay, so now we're just going to leave it alone. So now we got a little bit of light color in there. Okay, and this, I'm going to wait for it to dry just a little bit. And I really want to press down on this so that it stays there. Oh, that looks like a butterfly ring. It really looks pretty cool. All right, so we're going to let that sit, and we'll come back in about 20 minutes, pull it off, and then we'll let it do its thing. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we are ready for the reveal. Well, I didn't get all those little lines I got in the last one. It's a little different looking, too. It's kind of interesting, but in a way it's not, if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to lift this up closer. I mean, it's not ugly, but I would have loved to seen lines like I saw on that other set that we did. Because there's a huge difference. What did I do with them? Oh, I hate when I work. When I work, I just make such a mess. Well, we'll show you when these come. Oh, here they are. We'll show them when they come out of the oven, but I don't know. They're more vibrant. But you know what? When you put alcohol ink on these might look, or not alcohol, when we put, when I finally put resin on top, it might actually look okay. So it's really late at night, so I'm hoping to get this done tonight and uploaded by morning. So, I'm kind of liking the blues and greens. Boy, that is just really pretty right there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Not quite dry. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them over on a paper towel so that I can put some texture on the back, because I didn't do that. And this one, I'll put that one right there. I don't want to bake them. Oh, I did put texture on it. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave them alone. I'm not even going to take them off. And I know these cut well. They're not sticking to the tile as this comes off. Okay, so maybe I didn't do a perfect cut on that, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to go put these in the oven, and I will probably really quick what do I have, 4? So it'd be nice to have a solid piece for the top, unless I want to put charms on these, but I'm going to make these just in case I decide I want to use them. Boy, I'm going to have to clean up after I leave you guys. Doesn't matter if it's dirty clay because it's going to be covered anyways. And I don't want this to dry. So I have pearl. So I'm just going to do a little blue pearl there, a little blue pearl there. And I think I'm going to leave it with just the plain blue pearl. But instead of wiping it with a paper towel this time, I'm just going to spread it around. And this wasn't exactly cleaned. I don't know why I have such a hard time with keeping my paintbrushes clean. but I do. Okay, so we'll do blue on that one, and the other one we're just going to leave alone. I don't even think I'm going to touch it. And I'll put a charm on the other one. So I am going to get a circle here. Maybe one just a little bigger than that. I don't want to lose my acupuncture needle, which I almost lost. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then we'll put the alcohol ink on the side and the back a little later. Oh, that purple, see, look at that blue. It's pretty, but it just doesn't match. I'm going to have to go for a little more muted color. So maybe I can add a little bit of this purple pearl. And I can't see the name because the top's kind of ruined. Wow. Okay, that kind of mutes it down a little bit. I don't think I'm going to use them anyways. But I'm going to go throw these in the oven. And then we'll come back and resin them. And we'll see you in a bit. Alrighty guys, so we picked the other ones out of the oven. I don't really care for the mica powder ones. Or the pearl alcohol ink. Let me put all three of them together and I'll show you why. If I can find them. There we go. And I don't have anything to put them on. So these were the first two that we did. I really liked that. Felt they needed some sparkle. This is that second one that I did with the lines that I made with the blade. They're okay. But these were the mica powder. So they gave them the pearl alcohol inks. They came out okay, but I don't know if you can see that little silver. If I turn it over, I don't know if you'll see them. But they just look like, I don't know, it feels like there's like little bumps of the mica powder that stayed on top. So in a way, they kind of look like bubbles. But it was because the mica powder, you know, when it rested, it laid on top of the color. And so, I don't know, I don't like them. Huh. I mean, they're cute, don't get me wrong, but I think I like my first original pair better. So, I hope you guys like them. And again, if you know who made that technique, if there is somebody that's made it and you know, let me know so I can credit them in this video. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye.